Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is tutorial series number 10 here in Maharlikans code. Today we have to continue our web development series, guys, here in Maharlikans code. We need to discuss about this Gorilla CSRF or cross-site forgery for our site, guys. If you are using JavaScript or you're using jQuery, right now we are about to use the jQuery. For those people who are using the Ajax post or something like that, guys, when you interact with your front-end HTML pages. So right now we are about to discuss this also, because this one is for those people who are using those Ajax post, not those necessary like the classic page refresh page, guys, or page form submission or something like that, guys. So we don't discuss that here because it's so classic, guys, so we don't need to do that here in Maharlikans. We are all building at least a decent modern web application here. So this one is just this Ajax post is useful for those people who are using Ajax and then partner with the jQuery, the JavaScript there. So right now we're about to discuss this, guys, and then we need to publish also to our production server so that it will be look nicer, our production maharlikanscode.com there. So right now it's just a very simple page that you can see when you access this maharlikanscode.com. So right now we're about to discuss this, and then just let's dive into it, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, guys, this is our last state for our Maharlikans code simple web application here. Early on we have installed what they call this open source dashboard. So we are using this now. The link, it will be in the description below there. Okay, guys, I just changed this, at least the nice good looking something like the page here, guys. So this is decent enough. And also I'm downloading this what they call this sweet alert, guys. They call it the sweet alert here, sweet alert 2. So this is a very responsive like this, guys. This is the pop-up model here, so that we will be using this throughout our web development. And then you can have many kinds of design here like that. So you can just download this, guys, as well, but no worries, we will publishing this web application series to our Maharlikans code in our GitHub there, so that you guys can follow along. Okay, guys, so you can just download this sweet alert 2 and then close this. If you also like to download this the JS deliver here, you can also download the full source code here. So, guys, so normally I will just download here from the JS deliver site. Then you can press this download here, then you can download all the source code there, but normally it's under the distribution. Okay, guys, so it's all under here for us for web development. If you're not using other framework like those Angular or something, guys, then you can follow another here. These are all the distribution here. So I think they are all the same, but I'm not using those framework there for any JavaScript. Okay, guys, so I just close this with alert 2. And then we will download also this jQuery here for this discussion, guys, because we are using this Ajax post, so probably we need the jQuery. Okay, so you can download the latest jQuery here, but right now the latest as of this recording is 3.5, then 0.1. So you can just download this when you click this download, but you can just copy over, guys. It's just like this. Okay, and then if you don't want, you can also download this JS deliver also. You can click this and then you can download directly also from this JS deliver site. Okay, so I just close this, close. Also we are about to download the Golang, guys. Go for Linux version. So we need to install this in our production server so that we can run there and test as well. Then we can build as well in the Linux and the Ubuntu OS there. So okay, so later part we will install this, and then our so that this Maharlikans.com, we will be replace it with this this design here, so that when you access, guys, you can take a look on this Maharlikans code. So this is would be our future web development series here in Maharlikans code, guys. So no worries, and then I will just share all the source code there for our to our Maharlikans code in GitHub. Okay, so let's start about this thing, guys. So we will close this, and then okay, so we will start this what do you call this web development here, the what do you call the CSRF, Gorilla CSRF. This CSRF, guys, is very useful for us because we need to protect our any request for our what do you call, if because our JavaScript there in our HTML pages, these are all too exposed to the client side, guys. What I mean, when they right click the browser there and then they click the view source, for example, like if they want to view source this, guys. So I think I sorry, I never run my thing. Okay, okay, so when you browse, when you right click to the any browser, guys, even if you are preventing the right click there, but still there are many ways, most probably many ways there to view the source, guys. So the exact URL there is very exposed to any cross-site forgery there, something like if they want to replace that, and then they will submit to your server, but the URL there, the post URL for your to that page, for example the login page, they will replace it with their own domain name. Then they will try to redirect, then probably will that one is harmful for us, guys. So but most of the browsers there, they will try to prevent, but in our as our responsibility also as a web developer or programmer, we need to secure our connection as well. Right now we are secured with our tunneling one, which is we are using the HTTPS for our production. In our previous discussion, we have done that. We are fully secured from our web server there. So we use this the free HTTPS, which is the Let's Encrypt, the what do you call it, the cert boot. Okay, guys, so we will this one is from the Gorilla Mux. This one is very common for any web development there. We are using this CSRF. Okay, guys, so okay, we are downloading this. We have done in our previous discussion. We have this Gorilla CSRF, okay, and then all these Gorilla handlers, and then the mux. Okay, right now this code, this block of code here is for our Gorilla CSRF here. This is our this is the standard code for the Gorilla, even their GitHub there. You can just visit but I will summarize for you all these things, guys, and then I will try to discuss here so that we can have some at least we will walk through with this. Okay, so this is my just my variable here. This is the CSRF protect under this Gorilla, and then we have this, of course, our config, the secret key course here. When you go to the definition there, normally you will give some something like this, guys. You can just change this kind of special characters. All these are combination and mixed together, but that one is handled by the Gorilla CSRF package. Okay, they convert this into bytes, and then these things, guys, is I'll put a short notes here. This is very important for us. This is a very crucial. Remember this, guys. Please remember this. the CSRF secure. Right now we are in the in the local development here. You always turn this to off, because normally our web development, unless of course you have your own, but normally we don't have some HTTPS in secured HTTPS in our localhost environment, unless you have that in your environment. Okay guys, so right now we are just using a plain HTTP here. So this setting, don't forget to put this in your local development. Okay, just turn this off to false. But if you remove this, even though if you're in the local development there, but this setting you never set, the default for Gorilla is the default for Gorilla CSRF secure is true. This means when you turn this on, when you turn this to true, then Gorilla will treat your web pages or your connection as a secure one, which is the HTTPS. But when you're wondering and probably you're scratching your head, just kidding guys, like why I cannot connect, like always throw something like a 403 forbidden error guys. So when you request, when you log into your page, right, when you click this, then it will probably when you right click and then there is a console there, and when you right click and inspect, the console there will always throw 403, which is the forbidden error. Okay guys, so just remember this, secure this setting must have this and then turn it to false if you are in the local development. But if you are in the web development in your production site, this one you can remove. This one you can remove if you don't have HTTPS in your site. But if you are fully secured with HTTPS, normally all the sites now guys, you can just acquire free HTTPS. Probably we can turn this on later on in our discussion when we upload this latest version of our Maharlikans code web page here to our production site there using this Ubuntu. Okay. Okay, this trusted domain, trusted origins, I disabled this for a while because this one is for production use. Ensure that your domain name only will allow guys, like for example our own favorite domain name, which is the Maharlikanscode.com. So ensure that only in this domain you are accessing this. Okay, only in this domain. So when we search this guys, so only in this domain here you are allowing the connection, otherwise it will reject outside of this domain name. So okay, so these are all the settings here when we turn on to the production site. This one we put a wildcard asterisk symbol here, the star symbol. The other people say star, but this one is technically this is a asterisk code, asterisk symbol guys. So this one is we will turn on for local development. Don't forget this one guys. These are two crucial settings here for our CSRF. Okay, and then another one is a course here for another setting for our Gorilla. By the way, this one is CSRF middleware. This will produce automatic token guys, this is a quite long combination of strings that every request, every page that whoever requests, like for example the user loads this page, it will automatically give you this what they call I think we can okay, I never run this. Later I will run because we automatically produce this in our CSRF here. I put also this under our footer guys. This also is one of the partner with this setting there from the Maharlikans, the CSRF token there. This one is very useful, guys. Please don't forget this, to include the constant in your JavaScript there. Okay, because we are using this Ajax post, then you can follow along with this tutorial here. Okay, but in our future web development, we will change this into WebAssembly. So we will be dealing with the WebAssembly, guys. So our pages, we don't have this problem anymore, because actually the WebAssembly is a binary that we are actually these are all Go codes, but we compile this into a binary, and then these are all supported by all the major browsers there. Okay, so we will done that, then we don't have the problem when the user try to view source your page in your HTML there. When they try to see the codes there, they cannot see those codes anymore, guys. We have some minimal JavaScript only, whatever you are doing there, but we don't have those Ajax posts or something like that, because we are directly communicating with our backend code here. That is the good thing for the WebAssembly. Most of the as you can see, most of the online gaming, guys, online games like all those like Tanky Online, this one I'm playing also. Just okay, this one, they are all using the modern WebAssembly, guys. So they don't use, of course, they don't use those the JavaScripts there. These are all fully secured already, guys. So because this one all compiled, all binary, you cannot see the view source, you cannot see the source code there, because it's binary downloaded to each of the pages there, instead of this Ajax post. But for the sake of those people who are still using or searching for those Ajax posts, we are handling this as well here in Maharlikans code discussions. Okay, guys, so we will continue. Of course, this one, allowed headers. So you can use these allowed headers here, which is this is the standard code for the CSRF there, guys, for our Gorilla, any kind of CSRF packages. These headers are very common, guys. You can just enable this allowed from our headers. Okay, then the authorization, you can add multiple here, but these are all decent enough. Even in our production side, we can only allow these headers. And then another allowed methods, you can add also many here, but these are all the standard ones. Get and then post, all these put head options, but normally we'll just use these, and then the other ones you can also use, guys. Okay, so this also I disabled. This one is for our production site only. This one we only allow the origins also, guys. So as you can see, there is a trusted origins here. Okay, our site domain, and also allowed origins. We need to enable this both, because you need to allow, because the request and then the post, all these will be enabled, guys, for our domain only. So that means we are only accepting any post request or any get request from this domain only, from this domain. Okay, guys, so even if you are in the local development, you can also allow this, like this our HTTP. You just give this HTTP colon if you are not putting the wildcard there, guys. You can replace this, okay, but this one is decent enough. This is good enough for us to set up our local development here. Okay, guys, so right now we need to continue, and then these are all this one is equivalent to a local host, guys, the word local host. Okay, but we are practicing this 127, because later on we will change this with our real IP address for our web server. Okay, then we will also here in our index, I added this login to capture the time, guys. This login form JavaScript here, which is the jQuery By the way, I'm loading all those necessary uh, like the additional, like the jQuery, the Sweet Alert 2, all these things, guys. I downloaded this Sweet Alert 2, all the necessary JavaScripts here, and then there is also a CSS for this Sweet Alert 2. So what I've done is I modified this header front, and then I add this Sweet Alert 2 for our CSS, and then of course for our footer, I added this jQuery. This jQuery you should load on the very first top here, but you can also add some defer here, guys, for those people who are really concerned. Of course, we are all concerned, guys. We need to defer all these, something like the loading of the pages, guys. So but normally we don't defer for the jQuery. We need to prioritize this to load in every pages, but this one you can defer this. Okay, no worries. This one will be load priority, and then this one is the second one for all those who have defer at the end of the JavaScript there. This one this one will help to reduce the page load time, guys, for our web pages. Okay, but we also have this what they call this Cloudflare, so we don't need to worry much about loading and then minifying all these JavaScripts here. You can take a look on my previous discussion, guys, on installing this Cloudflare for us to automatically minify and then distribute our JavaScript CSS images to reduce the sizes, and then for those JavaScript and CSS, they will minify for us. Okay, guys. Then I will add this login form here. This one is under this button called login, so I put the ID here. Okay, so on click, and then when they click this, and then we will call this function, JavaScript function here. So right now I have, so far for our login page, we have this username, password, and then site keep me. At least we will keep at least for 30 days for the cookies there, so that the user will automatically log in, guys. But it's up to them. Well, when they log out, we will destroy all those things. Okay, those session or cookies there. No, we are not using the session there, but the cookies, also the session, it's a common term. Okay, and then we will validate, of course, if there is a CSRF token here. This is what I'm talking, guys. For those people, we will put all this, because this one is always loaded in every pages, guys, because we are using this CSRF token. This is a random kind of strings, a long strings. Okay, guys, but these are all encrypted. In every page there is a CSRF variable constant for the JavaScript here. Then also the base URL, this one we'll use this. I'm calling this from the settings site base URL. This site base URL, this is our own custom solution, guys. This is a site base URL here. Later we will change this as well to https maharlikanscode.com without, of course, without the port number there. Okay, these are all the necessary settings. This one will be used here in our base URL. We will concatenate everything here, and then this is our what they call this API here, version 1 user login. So we will about to create this from our backend there, our Go scripts. Okay, so we will also have this CSRF token here. We will pass on as well whatever the page is loading, capturing that the CSRF. Then we will pass this back to our server, and then the Gorilla CSRF will validate all these token, and then they will allow or reject those those requests, this post request from this Ajax post. Okay, so these are all the standard code for the Ajax post, guys, for jQuery. Okay, so we can do some simple animation here. For example, like all those are before send, these will be executed first. Those like small spinning something like the signing in, all these things, and then the success. You can also add those error, but we already responding here the error as well, guys. So if there is a success is false, then we will respond here. If success to true, then we will provide here. Then we will automatically log into our dashboard there. But at the moment, I just to simplify the things, I remove all those things because we don't have the dashboard yet. So okay, so these are all the common validation here, guys, for the jQuery side. Okay, username is undefined, or username is null, or username exactly equal to this empty. Then we will just validate this all the settings, guys. But of course, we are using this sweet alert here. The short form for this sweet alert is swal, not swallow, guys. Okay. Okay, just kidding. Okay, and then we will continue this. Then we will form this into an what they call the JSON object. We will stringify this variable here. All these three required parameters here, or values here. Then we will just concatenate along here. You can also concatenate directly here, guys, no worries. But for us to make it readable as well, you can just follow this as well. Okay, so but okay, so we will continue, guys. Then these are all the standard codes, guys. So we are about to create this first. So what we're going to do is okay, so we right click this, and then we create a new file called auth.go, and then we will use this package API here. So we will organize our API package here, guys, because these are all related to authentication. We will place this under this auth.go file, but actually they are all the same package called API. Also, we have in the main routers there. So okay, so we will have this the standard code for this. We just copy along, guys, so we just to capture our time. We will call this as AuthRouters. Okay, copy paste is a good way, guys. Okay, to capture our time. Just hold on for a while. Okay, then we need this to post, guys. So we allow this method as a post. So authors collecting all the URLs for the Auth App. So right now we will have this func login user. No, we don't use this. Okay, endpoint. Just say we use this as an endpoint, guys. Login user endpoint. Okay, so we will call this here instead of the home. Okay, login user endpoint. Okay, so we will do this. Hold on. These are all is to validate the user's login credential for both not mobile. This one is different, guys, so you don't want to use this mobile here. Okay, it's up to us, guys. Maybe mobile or something. This one is all our API, guys. But users logins credential. Okay, it's good enough. Okay, then of course we will use this the standard HTTP here, response.Writer. and then r, and then http, then request. Okay, so this one we need the header here, guys. Header dot set, and then we use this because we need to return back to the user, guys, with the JSON format. Okay, and then application, these are all the standard code for the JSON, guys. So we will throw this back to the users, whoever will request from the login there. So okay, then http, okay, status is okay. We always return with okay, guys, but later we will validate. Okay, so body, then error, we just use this to capture those username, password from our thing, eh? So we will use this IO from the user's input, or not body. So we will now capturing this what do you call this, user's input. Hold on for a while, guys. Of course we need to use our ITR log here. Okay, then we just use panic. Okay, so we'll keep trying this k value. Then we need to make a map here with the string, and then string as well, and then JSON dot unmarshal. So we need to unmarshal now, guys, the body request. Remember that we are using that JSON also, JSON format when we request to the when we do the AJAX request, guys, the AJAX post. So right now we have done this, and then now we can capture this username. At the moment, guys, we don't validate because we don't have database yet. We just simply return something, guys. Okay, to capture the value there, whatever the user is giving some information back to our backend server. Our scripts here we can detect already. So okay, password. Okay, so these are all our I think the password there. Okay, key val, same thing, password from the user there, guys. So remember that we have this index here. We are passing this username, password, and then the site keep me. Okay, you can just rename it with whatever your variable there, guys, but this one we'll just follow here is site keep me. Okay, this one is a boolean, guys, so we will convert this into a boolean variable here, parse bool. So we have this valid boolean type is site keep me. Remember that we need to follow all these the exact name, guys, for our variable that we are passing here, password, and then site keep me. Okay, I'll just copy this just to ensure. Okay, and then we just want to try to print, guys, like a username, and then username, all this. We will try to replicate this. Okay, I just want to see if the value is correct or not. This is how we going to validate first, guys. And then if we need to check something, guys, here, check if username is empty. This one is just our for testing, guys. Okay, need to validate as well here in our backend side. some of the user may be so tricky, we don't want to. Okay, you know guys, you can turn off the JavaScript there. This is the thing for the JavaScript. For the browser, they will turn off the JavaScript. Then of course we have some defense here as well. Okay, all these, and then we will turn this into a byte, because remember that we need to throw all these thing guys for our okay guys, to capture the time, I supply all this information guys for us. And then this one is all the validation guys for the username, if it is empty from the user side, and then the password of course. Then we will throw the JSON format here guys. This one is all converted to a byte. These are all the standard code for converting any message here guys from a backend server by using this Ajax, not Ajax, this what they call this JSON format guys. So as you can see, our header for this request, when they request from this thing here, the data also requested from this side, from the client side. We push this data back to our server there, our HTTP server. Then this is the content type here, which is the application JSON, and then we'll push this data to this what they call this API here, our URL here guys. So right now we are creating this URL here from our HandleFunc, which is the router, the URL router for our Gorilla mux, by using this Gorilla mux. And then the method is post. You must match all these things guys. The method is here, the post. As you can see, the difference for the method post is just normally it will return a JSON format guys. These are all the structured here. But for our main routers, like loading for the get page, as you can see that this is our home page guys, or any pages that you are loading to, that you are loaded to the client side, the browser side, you always have this of course the get method, like this home, but the format is here. All the templates for the CSS, all these what they call this template, the Golang template here, then we can use all these things. And then of course we have this kind of settings here. Then we load this data, embedded data, back to our HTML template, that what they are seeing now for that what they call this login page. Okay, so we will continue. Then after this, these are all the basic one only guys. So I just create all these settings here, and then we just try to encrypt all these things, but later we will supply additional information when we deal with the MySQL database, when we have a real data that we need to register and then log in, all these things guys. So for now it's just a static one, just to show you how the CSRF, Gorilla CSRF will works. Okay, another one is we need to add I just copy this one as well. Remember to load this what do you call our new router here, which is the AuthRouters. Okay, and then we pass on this R here, the request. This is for our auth. Okay, so we are ready to go. We will try go run, and then we will access our Golang here, the page. Okay, now it looks okay. We will try to validate first guys. Okay, the username is required. This one is this validation is from the client side first guys. Remember that we have this what they call this remember that we have this also, we have this common validation here guys. Okay, so this one is passed because we have some token here, this CSRF token. So we can just show you first guys, because now our server is up. I will find this variable here. Okay, as you can see that our base URL, this one is automatically, they will just like that guys, they will escape for the JavaScript. As you can see, the CSRF here is quite long, right? This one guys are all combined together. So these are all when you reload the page, probably it will change again. This one all unique one provided by the Gorilla CSRF there. So we will inspect element here if any errors, guys. So we will get ready here under the console. So these are all the validations here. So we'll try admin and then the password, then do some basic validation. Okay, so we'll try the password AAA for example, and then we don't tick. Okay, just try. Okay, the message is now returned from the web server, guys. Okay guys, so right now is already returned. If you just want to check as well that we are from our web server here, the return here, we will find that password there. As you can see, the username, the password, all this keep me. Okay, so there's this also under the FMT there. So okay, it looks good, guys. Okay, so we just clear. So what about if I disable this? We will try to simulate, guys. Just disable first. Let's see what will happen. And then the authentication will be validating here, guys, because we also have some backend server here. Maybe we'll try to change this as a backend server. BK. Okay, just we want to just to ensure. Okay, we'll try to run again. Every time you have changes to your scripts in Golang scripts, guys, you need to stop the server and then run it again to get the latest script there. Okay, so we will see and then we will refresh. Straight away we just submit. Okay, now our second validation from our backend side is affecting, guys. Now is executing as well, because we disable this from the front end validation. If some user may try to trick to disable the JavaScript there, or they remove those thing, because you can do this all in the console here. You can remove, and then this way you can at least we have to secure our backend side as well, guys. Otherwise, if it is empty, then they cannot must have those valid information. We don't have to capture those junk information. So okay, so we will try to put a. Okay, so another one. Okay, login successful. Then we will see here. Okay, the username, password, all these also print out, guys. Okay guys, that's all for our today's discussion, and then we will continue this one, guys, to publish into our web server there in our Ubuntu, in our Linode server. So we will publish this in our next video, guys. So thank you so much for watching my video, guys, here in Maharlikans Code. And if you don't subscribe yet, please consider subscribing to my channel so that you can have more videos like this, and then I can share it with you guys, all my experience as a programmer or web developer or something like that, guys. So we can continue this in our next discussion, guys. Then we will publish that in our maharlikans.com, maharlikanscode.com there. So thank you so much for watching. May God bless us all. Thank you, and bye bye.